Hey, yo, what's up, man? Merry Christmas, bro. I'm gonna take this camera back tomorrow. Try to get a new one. It's all dark. See how dark it is? Stupid. Hey, what's up? She'll slip your punches. I don't know what the heck's going on with it. See how it's like kind of normal there, and then I come back and it gets dark again. See if I like tap it. It's broken, man. I just bought that thing. I don't know why it's so dark. Saying if I switch to this one, see how bright this is? It's like super bright. And I switch to this one, and it's like dark. I don't understand. I have to get a new one of these. I just bought it like 3 weeks ago. What'd you guys do for Christmas? Anything cool? Yo, what up, man? What'd you give for Christmas? Not what'd you get, what you give. Because Christmas is about giving. I told my mom, I was like, "What? Can we not do gift exchange this year?" Because I didn't want to. She's like, "Yeah," because usually we do all kinds of stuff, but it's just me and my mom and my stepdad. That's it. So we usually do like all these games and stuff like that, and it's pretty fun. But we didn't do that this year because it was just us three. So I was like, I don't want to do gifts, and then she still got me some gift cards. You know how mom is, but I was like, I didn't want her to really get me anything. Oh, we got him a new drum set. That's cool, dude. That's like a sweet ass gift, bro. You cooked for everyone? What'd you cook, bro? My stepdad cooked us prime rib, and then my mom cooked up these potatoes that were really good that she baked. These the little ones with like butter and Parmesan cheese and like dill and a bunch of stuff on them. And then she cooked the broccoli with Velveeta cheese melted on it. And then we had tons of appetizers. These little like tortillas with cream cheese and green chili in them, and like they're rolled up, and then you cut them into little slices, and then you like dip them in salsa. Really good. It's one of my favorites. And then she had this artichoke dip that she made, so it was pretty good. Yeah, dude, I bet, dude. That's a sweet ass one, dude. Those drums are cool, man. Like drums are one of those instruments that it looks easy, but when you actually try to do it, it's so not easy, dude. Like you got to be seriously coordinated to do that, you know? It's like you got to be able to, keep a beat. You got to have rhythm for that. Oh, you baked enough for an army? Right on. Did you have a lot of people over? I think I'm going to switch to this camera. This camera's pissing me off. It's too dark. See, that's better. Just move over a little bit. That camera's all. I just bought that camera, dude. I got to like readjust my thing. See, this thing's off now. It's actually an electric drum set, so he listens to it through headphones. Oh, that's cool. I've never seen an electric one. Yeah, that's actually perfect because then he can like practice on it and not, annoy you guys at the house. So you cook prime rib, mashed potatoes, gravy, bacon wrapped asparagus. I love bacon wrapped asparagus, and like 24 cookies. Right on, dude. Yeah, my mom got gingerbread houses. We didn't do them though. And then Minnie was kind of sick today. It was weird. She just wanted to like lay in my lap the whole day. It was kind of cool though, because I wrapped her in this little blanket and like just cuddled her the whole time. And she like let me like, cause I'll like sniff her face, like right in her nose. I'll put my face right in her face. And she likes it, but usually when I do that, she licks me. And like I can only handle so many licks to the face, but since I don't think she was feeling that well, she just let me do it. So it was cool. It's like I like that. It's like an oxytocin release. When you do that, you guys know what oxytocin is? Oh, dang, you work in the graveyard? Yeah, it's late night. I was actually laying in bed trying to go to bed, and then I couldn't sleep. So then I jump on here. Probably not going to be on very long, though. Maybe like, I don't even know. Definitely not going to be an hour long one. I got to get to sleep. I got to wake up early and get back to the gym. I took 2 days off. She got the red and greens. You had to file in between my teeth. See the gap right here and right there? They had to file in. So they got to push my teeth back, but there's no more room. So they had to like file like a gap in there so they can come back more. Yeah. Yeah, that camera's, it's annoying, dude. I have no clue why it's doing that. See how dark it is? It wasn't like that yesterday. Just another thing I got to add to the list of stuff to do. All right, man. Peace, dude. Thanks for stopping in, Ben. I've never seen you before. My son just got his braces off about 2 months ago. It was just phase 1 though, because he still has to lose more teeth. Holy cow. So they decided to put braces on before he had lost all his teeth. I've never seen that before. I thought they just waited till you got all your teeth in. I've had these in now for probably about a year and a half. About 12, yeah, probably about almost 18 months, maybe 16 months. I don't know. They said 12 to 18 months. It's been well over a year. My teeth are fine. They're just fine tuning it now. That's all. But then I had to get a tooth pulled. So my dentist actually admitted something to me, that one of my suspicions that I've been thinking of for a long time. You guys know that you guys have Comfort Dental? It's like that like low budget dental office. A lot of people that are on Medicaid go to Comfort Dental, but if you don't have health insurance, you go there because it's cheaper. And like, I've never had a cavity my entire life, dude, ever. I had like great teeth. It's the genetics. Like my grandma, she died 80 whatever years old, never had a cavity. And then all of a sudden I switched to this Comfort Dental, and all of a sudden I started getting all these cavities, man. And like nothing ever hurt. Everything was fine. And like I let them do a couple, and I was like, dude, I'm going to stop this. And they filled a couple cavities, and I was like, these I never had no cavity. They're just saying that just so they can get money off the insurance, right? And then I was going to this Comfort Dental in Colorado Springs, and like he's like, "Oh yeah, you got like 3 cavities, blah blah blah," and I was like, "You need to get taken care of." And I made an appointment, and then I canceled it, and I was like, "Nah, screw that. I'm just gonna wait." And they're like, "Oh, I wouldn't wait too long." And I go to the next appointment, and then he says nothing about my cavities. 6 months later, and then the next 6 months, which is semi recently, he's like, "Oh yeah, you got some cavities here on the bottom." And I was like, "Well, like about a year ago, you said I have cavities on the top." And he's like, "Oh, hold on, let me check my notes." And he looked, and he's like, "Oh yeah, actually, yeah, you do have cavities up there too." And I was like, "Dude, okay, yeah, man, I'm cool, bro. I'm gonna wait." And then I started having really bad pain, and I needed a root canal. I went to this other emergency dentist, and come to find out, he's like, they did X-rays, and I was telling the story. This guy says I have all these cavities, and he's like, "Dude, I'm gonna tell you right now, you have no cavities. Like this is the only tooth that I see an issue with is this one that I had the pain in." And I told him, I was like, "I think they're just saying that so they can get money off my insurance, dude." And he's like, "I agree, man." He's like, "I unfortunately that stuff happens, especially at these like Comfort Dental type places." And so, and he says sometimes, like if it's not that bad of a cavity, the cavities can go away on their own. And like if you're over aggressive, because he's like, what happened with that tooth that I was having a lot of pain with is they did a filling, and it was like a really deep filling, like bad. Like, and he's like, they were probably over aggressive with whatever it was. And they put this huge filling, and now it's affecting your nerve down there, and that's infected. Now you need a root canal. And so they did the root canal. I was like in agonizing pain. And then I went to jail. I don't know if you guys remember me, like if you're following Direct D and stuff, but they wouldn't give me my medication, like my antibiotics for my root canal and stuff. And then I ended up breaking my tooth in jail. I was literally chewing a piece of bread, dude. And I heard this crack, and I was like, "Oh shit." And I could feel it. Got out of jail. They're like, "Oh, it's cracked all the way to the root. We can't save the tooth. We got to just remove it." And so I ended up paying for the root canal was going to be 3,000 because it was like, this is like a good dentist, not no Comfort Dental BS. And the Comfort Dental couldn't get me in for like 2 months. I was like, "There's no way I have to be on like Percocet for this whole time." And the Percocet barely like took the pain away. You know what I mean? I was like, "I can't just wait 2 months." And then I was going to go to jail. Like there'd be no Percocet then. So I paid 3 grand, and then now they're not going to charge me for the whole full 3 grand because it was a 2-part root canal. They have to come back later anyways to put the cap on and everything. But now I got to get a freaking implant in, and now they're gonna still credit me some of the money I already paid them, but then I got to pay them another grand or 2 grand or whatever it is. So this lady that did this root canal, or I mean, the lady that did the filling for a cavity that really I think didn't exist in the first place, ended up costing me like 5 grand, dude. Right? Like I hate dentists, man, for doing shady stuff like that, dude. So I still to this day think I've never had a cavity. And then I had a chipped tooth right here because I opened a bottle of beer with my teeth. You ever done that? Maybe it's a guy thing, but I was like, and it chipped my tooth, and I never had an issue with it. The tooth was fine, like never pain, nothing. And they're like, "Oh, we need to fill this." Like as soon as Comfort Dental sees it, "Oh yeah, make some money. We need to fill this." They drilled it out and filled it, and I should never let them do that either. I never had any issues with it. I should just left it the way it is. And then they did this other one. Then I ended up losing my tooth over it. So I can't stand those Comfort Dental people, man. They do that a lot. And I always had a suspicion. And then when this guy is cool, dude, he's worth the extra money just for the peace of mind, dude, that I know he's not going to try to like, charge me for stuff I don't need and do work on my teeth that I don't need. He straight up said, "Yeah, man, it's true, dude. Like it happens, bro." They'll straight up say, "Yeah, you need this, that, and you don't." And like he said, I've had people come in here, the same thing you're saying, never had any issues with their teeth, and all of a sudden they need all these cavities, and they come in, they got just fillings all over. All their molars have tons of fillings, and I'm like, dude, I don't think that's. Just think about it. If you go your whole life, literally, I was up till like in my 30s with not a single cavity my whole life. And then all of a sudden, every time I go there, I got a new cavity they need to fill. And then that dentist didn't even know what he's talking about. And like, "Oh, yeah, you can do cavities on the bottom." And then I was like, "Last time you said on the top." And he's like, "Oh, yeah, let me check my notes. Yep. Oh, yeah, you're right. Actually, you do on the top too." I'm like, "Dude, seriously, dude? That's so unethical, man. You do that." All right. Trying to test out your body cam. Oh, I said hello to you before. I don't know if you're still in here. Right on, dude. And then, I always got stuck in my teeth with these braces. It's kind of like I'm used to them now. I remember when I first got them on, I was like, oh man, I was like, I'm gonna have to live like this for this long. This is crazy, dude. I was like, this is gonna be uncomfortable. But now it's like I'm used to it. I bet you when I get them off, I'm gonna feel like I'm missing something. They are a pain in the ass, though. It'll be nice to get them off. I know I'm almost done, but I got to get the implant in March. I'll probably be getting the braces off soon after that, and then I'll just have the retainer. But I always had really white teeth too, because I used those Crest white strips. My teeth are white. Crest white strips are the way to go. They really work. They really whiten your teeth, and they're not that expensive. But it's funny because like I had my top were always really nice and straight. My bottoms, I had a couple that were kind of off, and this one right here was like way in the back. And I went my whole life into my late 30s without no one ever saying a word about my teeth. No one. Like it wasn't like bad. Again, when I smiled, you only really see the tops. The bottom was never like an issue. But like when I talk, you could see it a little bit. And I like it's not like girls, I've never had an issue with like attracting the opposite sex or anything. It's never been an issue. No one's ever said a word. And then when you started doing this stuff, right? Not this channel, but like the DMA channel, the trolls, oh look, there's what do they call me? Snaggletooth, like always making fun of my teeth and stuff. And I was like, wow, okay, so no one's ever made fun of my teeth in my whole life, and now all of a sudden that's all they can talk about. And so that's not why I got braces. Like I really just got braces because I went to go get my teeth cleaned, and the Comfort Dental braces is right next to the Comfort Dental dentist, and I walked into the wrong place. And like, oh, this is braces, and I was like, oh, okay. And I just talking to the lady, and she's like, oh, we got a deal right now. I was like, no, like they do financing, no interest, and all that. And I was like, okay, I'll stop back in. And I went and got my teeth cleaned, and that's when there's like, oh, you got all these cavities. Then I went next door and did a little consultation. I was like, oh, cool, man. Yeah, I'll just get braces. Cool. Why not? And so I got the braces. And then the trolls are like, what are they saying? They're like, oh, nice braces, loser. So like they make fun of you because your teeth are crooked, and then you get the braces, and then they make fun of you because you got braces. Like you can't win. It's like those people like that would make fun of someone because they're fat, right? And then they go to the gym to work out because they know there's an issue and they need to fix it, and then you make fun of them for going to the gym. To like, oh, look at this fatty going to the gym, the treadmill. Like, dude, there's such a low vibration that these people are on. Like, they just have to they can't stand you no matter what you do, no matter how good of a deed you do or anything like that. Like, they just can't stand you. Like, even in my videos, no matter how nice I am to people and respectful to them, and good interactions that I have, people will still find stuff. Oh, you're just an asshole. Like that viral video that I have is 11 million views with that Officer Cadena, which by the way is a piece of trash. I found out that she doesn't honor her oath, and she falsely detained someone and made up a whole bunch of excuses and why she needed to put him in handcuffs because he was making her nervous. That's what she said. You're making me nervous, dude. And then she ended up unaliving him, dude. And so it was a whole big fiasco, but she's a piece of trash. But anyways, in that video, I praised her, and it was a great video. Everyone loved her. But then there's still people in the comments, oh, he was trying to bait you, and she didn't fall for it. What a loser. And like just all the stuff. I was so nice to her. She was nice to me. It was like a great interaction. And like these trolls just still can't even accept that. You know what I mean? They're just such losers, man. And then they always say like, oh, you need to get a life. I'm like, I need to get a life, but you're subscribed to me, dude. And you like literally watch every single video that I do. Like, who's the one that really needs to get a life? Like, if there's somebody that like I just can't stand, I don't like their content, I don't subscribe to them so I can purposely watch it. Like, that's the mindset. Like, watching something, it's going to put you in a bad mood. Like, I don't know, like you just know it's going to, like, you can't stand it. And you're going to purposely watch it anyways, just to like piss your own self off and ruin your own day. That's crazy, dude. Yeah, that's true. That's what I think. They don't have self-esteem unless they're putting down others. I feel like that's kind of like that group, like that social dynamic of people. That's how they are. It's like these really low energy or like low vibrational people, man. They're just ugh, man. There's you can just I can feel I'm an empath and I can just like feel the negative energy coming from them. It's like this evil energy. They're weird people, man. I mean, if you've seen them, like they're like total like country bunkin hick, like can't form a sentence, have no grammar whatsoever. I mean, I'm not the most well spoken, but I mean, I can at least speak and make sense. You know what I mean? Like these guys are just that's most of them, anyways. And then the other ones are, they're from Canada or they're not from the United States, and they're pretty much just as bad. So yeah, that's what I was doing. I was at my mom's, chilling. My mom, she's in her 60s. I gotta start in the next few years. I gotta start making a bunch of money so that I can start taking care of my mom. Because I want her to be able to retire. Yeah, I guess that's gonna be a thing on the agenda tomorrow. So I gotta go work out. I got so much stuff to do. And now I gotta go to Walmart and see if I can return this camera that's broken. And I can still put up more videos. My social media manager said that I'm 80% unshadow banned. So he's like, I think you're still a little bit because of something that he's saying. It's not getting certain impressions. He's like, you can post now or you can wait until after January 5th. And I think it'll probably be all the way gone. But so I think I'm going to put not the video that I was going to put up Saturday. I might not put that one up yet. It's a really good one. I want to wait till I have everything back to normal. But then the 2.0 channel is still going to be going too. I'm going to, my social media manager is going to take care of all that stuff. Like we're going to do like, he's going to do compilation videos. Then I'm just going to like react to them and we'll do those for a while. And then once it gets monetized, then he's just going to start dropping. This is going to be like a compilation video of my own content. But I could do other stuff on there too, like that I was doing. Excuse me. Like I was doing like street interviews. Like that's going to be for the 2.0 channel. Like the Adam versus the Man show type of stuff. That's going to be for the 2.0 channel. Yeah, man. I mean, that's pretty much like what all religions are basically based off of anyways, right? But it's funny because like the Christians are, and I was raised Catholic and my mom's a Christian. I go to church with her sometimes, but I'm not a Christian. But like sometimes like the people that go to church, they're the most judgmental. And then the kindest people are covered in tattoos. And that's what I've noticed. Like from my personal family, my cousin who was in prison, he's got tattoos all over him. And he was in New Mexico in Bootcamp, Albuquerque. And he's like the black sheep of the family. But he loves my channel. Everyone on my over there, they can't stand my channel, right? They think they hate it. And I'm the black sheep too. But like he loves it. And like his kids love my channel. Like when I met them, when I went over there and I hadn't seen them in years, after I started my channel, you could tell they were kind of starstruck and it was cool. And I gave them some stickers, like my little stickers that I got. And they were asking me about stuff. And my cousin, Mikey, was like, yeah, dude, Francesca, Franny, they call her. Every time you drop a video, me and her watch your video together. And so it was cool, man. And I always say, and I learned this from Adam Kokesh, that the first people that are going to be attracted to the message of liberty aren't the people that the system treat well. It's not the prom king and queens and the valedictorians. It's the misfits and the punks. It's the people that got the short end of the stick firsthand when it comes to government. So that's him. That's Mikey, right? But then these other people, right? The rest of my family, like my other cousin's a cop, and his dad, like which my uncle, which was my favorite uncle, now he can't stand me now. You know what I mean? So they just don't get it, man. But that's how it goes, man. Like, because a lot of people say, like, even the trolls say, "Oh, most of these guys are ex-cons and stuff," and I'm like, yeah, so that's true. I mean, dude, Malcolm X was, I think, a ex-con, and like Martin Luther King, I think, was too. Like, people that understand what it's like to be mistreated by government, they're the ones that become the activists. So, I mean, people that rebel are the ones that are the activists, right? That engage in civil disobedience. Oh, really? Yeah, I know it's crazy, man. They do that kind of stuff too. And you know what? They do what they should do. They should just let these priests get married. I think that would end a lot of it. I mean, I don't know. Maybe it's just a psychological thing because if you're like willing to do that regardless, maybe you're just it's in your head and you're just got a sickness. But I think they should just let them get married because it's a huge phenomenon. You guys seen that movie where like they were exposing it and they're talking about like thousands of people of priests are doing this stuff. And like that's why I think the Catholic religion, dude, they're like it's satanic, man. They're like part of the occult, bro. I don't agree with them at all. They're messed up. I mean, they took a whole bunch of the books out of the Bible for their own Catholic. They have the Catholic Bible. It's like a different Bible. You know, I don't know. Not a huge fan. I mean, anyone that believes that it's a control, it's a way to control people. Oh yeah, if you don't give your life to God and you don't do this, that, and the other thing, then you're gonna burn for all eternity in hell. Like, dude, what kind of God would do that? You know what I mean? That's not a God that I want to worship. And it's not real. There is no hell. I mean, this is my belief, but from this research I've done, and I believe in stuff that's like I follow Dolores Cannon, and she does tons of past life regressions. And she tells you that like when you die, from thousands of people she's done past life regressions, telling them the same story over and over. She hypnotizes them. They tell her the same thing. People that have near-death experiences say the same thing that she says when she does past life regressions. That you go up and you meet all these people, you go into the light, you meet all these elders and your family members. There's your past souls and past soul tribe or your family members that passed away. And you do your life review in front of the elders, and you get to see everything that you did from your perspective, and then you get to feel the emotions of all the people that you affected, whether it's good or bad. If you hurt someone else, and you get to feel what they felt. And then you go through, and then you say, okay, well, what lessons did you learn? You did this good. You need to work on this better. And so, this is your grade you get. Like Earth is a school, and this is your grade. Okay, so you still need to learn this. So let's go back. And then you pick your life, you pick your body, you have a soul contract. Okay, this is what you're going to do. You're going to be a girl this time. You go in, just do it all over, man. Like once you start Earth, like you come to Earth is a school. You can't get out of it until you finish the whole thing. Like you can't go from kindergarten to college. Like you got to go through every grade until you're done. And if you don't learn it and you screw up in life, then you got to repeat that whole grade over, dude. And you're just going to be here longer. It kind of sucks, man. I don't want to come back here. I'm done being here, dude, on Earth. Yeah, I mean, I think words, they have meaning, like they have like this, that's why they call it spelling, because they cast spells because you can manifest things with your words. But it's not the actual word. I think it's the intention behind the word. And so like with cuss words, I mean, I've said some cuss words before. Some of my videos are kind of cringy even, but I don't like to be that type of auditor that uses the F word on every sentence that I'm saying, because then it just seems like when I see people do that, it seems like they're not intelligent enough to come up with a different word. And it's like the boy who cried wolf, right? Like it has no meaning when there's actually a wolf, right? So when I use the F word, like it's a powerful word. And when you don't use it very often and then you use it, it really has meaning to it. There's nothing wrong with using that word. It's just, or any curse word. It's just, if you overdo it all the time, it takes the meaning away from it. Yo, what's up, Wade? Wade, my spiritual brother. All right, man. Peace, dog. Thanks for coming in. But I actually did a past life regression. I'm not so sure about that lady, dude. I think she's kind of a scam. I was actually looking up this other one in Arvada. I was going to go check out. I forgot. She seemed like the real deal. This other lady, she's asking too many questions beforehand. And I was telling her about my life. And then all of a sudden she kind of spun off that. And she put me in this hypnotic state, which was very nice. And I did feel like my energy, like my vibration was higher when we were done. But the story she was telling me, like Dolores Cannon actually speaks to, I think you're hypnotized and you talk, but you don't know you're talking. And it's your higher self or your spirit guides talking through you. And that's not what she did. And she just kind of spun off of what I already told her about my activism and stuff. And she's trying to tell me that I was an activist. I was a black guy, and not in the United States. Oh, excuse me. And I was like, dude, I don't know if I believe this chick, man. I don't think this is real. I felt kind of like I got scammed. But she had all 5-star reviews. But people, are easily manipulated too, I feel like. But yeah, what else? What do you guys got? It's kind of hot in here. Oh god, dude, I got so pissed off at Loaf today. I was trying to be to my mom's in the morning. She's gonna cook breakfast, and then I was gonna be there. I was kind of running a little bit late, but I was gonna be there about 11. And then we're getting ready to go. And what was I doing? Oh, I went to go grab something from my bedroom, and I bent down. I smelled pee, because Loaf pees. He marks because he's not neutered. And it doesn't know do any good now. He's already 5 years old. So if I neuter him now, it's a learned behavior. They say it won't work. But I never want to chop off my dog's body parts because I don't feel like I own them. It's the non-aggression principle. So I don't own him. He owns himself. I'm just taking care of him. He didn't ask to be born and have, they say fix your dog, but that's not fixing them. It's like mutilating them, taking away their body parts. And the reason too I don't do it is because, okay, so in the United States, when a woman goes through menopause, she doesn't produce as much estrogen or any estrogen. And that can have an effect on your mental health, right? Your mood. And so what do? They give you estrogen pills to fix you. Testosterone is a huge problem in the United States, dude. Tons of men are on synthetic testosterone. Because when your testosterone is low as a man, you don't feel good, right? You got low energy, you can't put on muscle, you get fat, low libido. That's why it's one of the most number one subscribed things. So if human beings, because they'll tell you, oh, it doesn't change them. They're defined. They're the same. Well, how do you know that? How do you know that? They can't tell you, oh yeah, I feel the same, guys. You know what I mean? Yeah, they may be happy still. A guy with low testosterone is still going to be happy sometimes, right? But doesn't mean he's going to feel good all the time. Same with these dogs. Just because they're wagging their tail doesn't mean they feel the same. You don't know. So that's why I never wanted to do that, because it takes away all their hormones, and they're supposed to have that. And I even talked to the doctor, and she was the reproductive doctor at the vet that I go to. And she was like, you know what, you make a good point there. That's true. And I do think that dogs are over neutered and spayed in the United States. And if you are, I have Loaf and Minnie, when she goes into heat, usually Minnie will go with my mom, or she'll go with Sweet Tea. I just keep them separated. And she's like, if you can do that and you can be a responsible dog owner, I think that probably is a good thing. I'm going to look into what you were talking about. I was like, cool. And So that's why. But he drives me crazy though, dude. And I get mad and like I think he knows he's not supposed to do it because like whenever I'm cleaning up the pee, like he gets like kind of like he knows he's not supposed to do it. And he never does it in front of me though, is the thing too. Ever. He always does it in the morning. That's why like I always try to wake up early, but sometimes I'll sleep in and he comes out here and he pees. And I can see it's like fresh. So he was peeing in here and he wasn't peeing in there for a long time. And all of a sudden he started peeing there again. And I got all pissed off and I was yelling at him and he was all scared. And like grabbed him and he just gets scared, dude. And I put him on the freaking recliner right here. And I could see him. He was like shaking. And like, I feel bad, but like, I was just so like, you get so overwhelmed, dude. I'm like, dude, I can't just keep cleaning up pee, man. It gets so annoying, because your house smells like piss. So anyways, so then we were late. I was so mad this morning and then I got over it quick though. Yeah, hormone replacement therapy. They do it for men and women. They give women, when they go into menopause, they give them estrogen pills, and then guys, they take shots like steroids, like bodybuilders do. But like for men, they don't. Like bodybuilders like jack their testosterone up. You know what I mean? Like they get it super high. But like guys that are just like getting a prescription for it, they're not getting it that high. They're just replacing what their body doesn't make anymore. That's all. So I mean, it's pretty safe. But I've done a lot of research on it because like I've done research on the effects of fluoride on testosterone levels and the plastic on testosterone levels, because there's a reason why as a society today that we're so docile and like just go with the flow. Like I've said before, the founders of this country would have been stacking bodies decades ago. Like we're so less free today than we were during the founding of this country. I mean, the Revolutionary War was fought over like a 1% increase in tax, dude. And now all of a sudden everyone's cool with paying like 30% income tax. And then with everything else, licenses, permits, property tax, right? Speeding tickets, like people pay literally half their income to the government, dude. And it's like people are okay with that. But like, think about it. The Revolutionary War was fought over a 1% tax. What if like George Washington was like, hey, yeah, guys, you guys are going to pay 30% of your income to us. You're going to have to pay to register your horse and buggy, right? You're going to have to get a permit, a license to drive your horse and buggy. You're going to have to pay property taxes. That wasn't around back then, property taxes. You have to pay to hunt for hunting and fishing. You have to pay us. Like, dude, and everyone would be like, no, fuck that, dude. We're more free under the British rule, right? So there's a reason for that. And my theory is the low testosterone levels in men in the United States. And what causes that? A lot of it's fluoride in the water. A lot of people don't drink fluoridated water anymore, but it's still, unless you have a reverse osmosis system, it's getting into your body, taking a shower, brushing your teeth. Anything that you put on your skin gets absorbed into your body. Like you can take acid, right? LSD, and drop it and have to go on your tongue. You just drop it on your hand and let it sit there. It'll absorb in, right? That's why they say like natural stuff, anything that you can't eat, you shouldn't put in on your body. Like lotion, you read your lotion, it's got a whole bunch of like chemicals in it. You shouldn't eat it. I mean, you shouldn't put it on your body. It's doing the same thing. It's just like eating it. And I try to do that. Like I do use chemicals on stuff like my deodorant, but I try not to wear deodorant. Like if I go work out, I won't wear deodorant because I sweat a lot. And if I drip sweat, then I won't have BO, because all BO is toxins being released from your body. And so toxins are released through sweat and pee and the glands in that causes BO. So if I sweat a ton, then I don't need to wear deodorant that day. So I won't wear it if I don't have to. But anyway, so that's why I've done a lot of research on that and kind of found out, they've been declining, and like there's got to be a reason they're declining. And it's the fluoride. It's also the plastics, have like the BPA, but there's a lot of stuff BPA free in this plastic, but there's actually, tons of other chemicals though that do the same thing that BPA does. There's just a few that they've recognized that they'll, take out. But so if, like Tupperware, you should always use glass Tupperware. Glass, drink out of glasses, not cups. Plastic's terrible for you. But what else is it? The hormones, like, that they put in the food, like estrogen in the milk, they give the cows extra estrogen. And that's why they say that girls are hitting puberty way earlier than they used to. Like 11-year-olds are hitting puberty, like girls hit puberty earlier than boys, but 10 years old, like 9 years old, like that's super early, dude. That's because they drink a lot of milk. And, there's probably tons of estrogen, like, gets it going faster. So, like the GMOs and stuff like that, and the food, bioengineered food that you eat. Yeah, yes, fluoride. Of course, you're going to be the one that says that. Fluoride calcifies the pineal gland. That's true. Pineal gland is what they say is your third eye. It's a gland in your brain. It looks like a walnut, and it actually produces DHT, which is a chemical. It's a drug. People take it. It's like the most highly hallucinogenic drug you can take, but it's naturally produced in your brain by the pineal gland when you're sleeping. So when you're dreaming, it's like a little mini DHT trip, right? And it's crazy because some of the DHT trips I've seen on YouTube, like pictures of what people see on YouTube, there was one that was literally a reoccurring dream that I've had for years. And you don't remember your dreams, but I saw this picture and I was like, dude, this is my dream. Holy cow. I've had this dream so many times. So I was like, wow, DHT. But anyways, DHT is responsible for critical thinking, right? For your third eye, for intuition, right? They don't want you to be capable of critical thinking and being able to be intuitive, understand the way that the universe works. They want you to just be docile, right? Just go with the flow. Just believe in Christianity. If you don't be a good person, you're going to burn in hell for all eternity, right? That's what they want you to think. That's why they give you the fluoride. I mean, a lot of Europe has literally banned fluoride in the water. And they say it's for your teeth. If you go look at the countries that have banned fluoride in their water, their cavity rate is either equal to the United States or less than. They don't have more cavities. That's so BS. I'm not saying that fluoride is bad for your teeth because I haven't come to that conclusion yet. I tried to go without that Tom's toothpaste, and my teeth got super sensitive. So I switched back to Crest. So I do still think it's good for your teeth, but you shouldn't ingest it. You know what I mean? You shouldn't be bathing in it. Like, it's a toxic chemical. There was this doctor that said that no other chemical causes cancer faster than fluoride. And I mean, when they fluoridate the water, they're wearing like hazmat suits, dude, like full on suits, dude. It's a toxic chemical. I can't believe that people are cool with just putting it in your water, man. It's crazy. Oh yeah, not DHT, DMT. Yeah, you're right, bro. DMT. DHT is something different. DHT is actually a chemical, or it's a hormone that testosterone converts into. It's called DHT. It's even a more powerful hormone than testosterone, but it is what causes your hair to fall out. So if you have high testosterone, your hair will fall out faster. Because the more testosterone you have, the more you can convert that testosterone into DHT. That's why I like people that do testosterone, like bodybuilders, they get it's called gyno, but it's like bitch tits. So you get like fat tissue on your breasts. It's because testosterone also converts into estrogen. So sometimes when women actually are low in estrogen, they'll give them very small amounts of testosterone. And then, because it's not so much testosterone, it's going to turn them manly, but it's just a little bit, so that it'll, because maybe their testosterone's low also, because women should have some testosterone. So if their testosterone's low also, as well as estrogen, they'll just give them a little bit of testosterone, a teeny amount, not the same they'd give a guy, and then that'll convert into estrogen, and it makes them good. Found that out too. This lady who was she was a trainer at the gym that I worked out at. She told me she was on testosterone because of that. Yeah, cow's milk is terrible. My cousin, actually, she drinks, they're like totally like prepared for the end of the world. Dude, they have like 500 pounds of beans, 500 pounds of rice. Like their entire garage is full of like canned foods, like for an apocalypse. They have like this huge, like 15-foot gate all around their entire property, dude. Like they're ready for it. They know something's going down. And they drink milk, but they drink the unpasteurized milk. And she's like, we just drink this because it's better for you. And like, they say that it's bad for you, but like, we've never had any issues. And like milk, I mean, think about it. Human beings are supposed to drink milk your whole life. You drink your mom's milk when you're a baby till maybe you're one max. I don't know. Some people do it longer, and then you're not supposed to, especially in other animals' milk, right? Humans are the only ones that do that. But milk does have benefits, though. It does have. They're saying it's not as good for your teeth as people think, because my brother-in-law was explaining it to me. It's actually not good for your teeth. But I like milk because it's really good, high quality protein. So when I'm working out like I'm doing now, I'm trying to put on size, and I'm at 160 right now. I'm not lean, but I'm usually sitting around 145 when I'm kind of skinny, and but I still got enough ways to go. But my goal right now, because I'm 42, and so it's now or never, is to get as big and as strong and as ripped as my genetics will allow for. I've never gotten to that point. I've been close, but I've never gotten to that point. So if I don't start now, I'm never going to do it. So that's my goal. But anyways, I like milk because it's good. It's high quality protein. I put it in like my protein shakes for extra protein, stuff like that. What has a lot of sugar in it? Milk has sugar in it? It has carbs in it, which like turn into sugar, but I don't know if it has a lot of sugar in it. But that's another reason why I didn't want to spay mini, because like you spay your dogs and they get fat. Like I've seen dogs spayed and they like gain like tons of weight. They're like obese. And my dogs right now, their weight, like they eat whatever they want, dude. I give them huge dinners. They can eat dog treat after dog treat. Their metabolism's high. Like they're not fat. They're perfectly fit. You know, if I spay one of mini or near loaf, they could just get chubby. And I would feel terrible if that happened, dude. And I know they say with girl dogs, a lot of times you have to do emergency spays, like emergency vasectomies, because they get infections in their uterus. And like after they're 4 years old, she's 4 now, they have a 25% chance of that happening. And then if it does happen, then you basically have to take them in for the emergency room, and they do a spay like right then. So I guess I'm just going to take my chances, dude. 25%, it's high, but it's not that high. And if I have to take her in for then I have to take her in. But I would feel terrible, dude, if I like took her body parts away and then she got all fat or something. Like, nah. 13 grams per serving. Hold on, let me go grab my milk, dude. Oh, you're right. This one has 12 grams of sugar. Right there. 12 grams per serving, and it's 8 ounces. I didn't know that. It's got 12 grams of carbs. It's got 8 grams of protein. It's got 150 calories. This is the stuff I drink. I drink organic, the Kroger brand one, and you drink whole milk. Don't drink 2%. Like anything that's like net grams carbs or low fat, all that stuff is terrible for you, dude. Like, the process that they use to make it a 2% milk, like makes it not healthy. Fat is good for you. Remember in the 90s when it was like, oh, 0 grams fat, right? And like fat was the enemy. Fat is good. Fat makes you skinnier because fat is the natural source of energy. Carbs is like a newer source. If you go to caveman days, like most of the human existence has been caveman days, we just ate meat and like nuts and fruit and vegetables. So we ate like hardly any carbs. There was no bread, pasta. We're designed to burn fat as energy. So then when you give yourself carbs and sugar, it'll burn that first and then it'll burn fat. So if you give yourself a lot of fat, like avocados, the natural fat, meat, milk, that's a natural fat. And so you give yourself enough of that, and then it starts recognizing fat as energy source, and it burns it, especially if you go keto. I didn't want keto one time. And after you go into ketosis, which is where you starve your body of sugar and carbs for long enough, like it takes about a week or 2 weeks, and then your body starts recognizing, okay, I have no more carbs. he's not giving me carbs. It's only fat. Fat is my new source of energy. And then you start just burning fat and you become like a fat burning, like that's why you get like super ripped. You go keto. And people are like, oh, well, but as soon as you start eating carbs again, then you just, gain all that weight back. Well, yeah, it's not a crash diet though. It's like, it's a lifetime commitment. You know what I mean? If you're going to do it that way. But like when you go into ketosis, you get like this natural high, dude. Like you have all this energy because your body is designed to burn fat and like not really eat carbs, dude. Like natural carbs, like from vegetables and stuff, but bread and pasta and pizza and chips, like good carbs, like complex carbs, like potatoes, I guess, and stuff like that are good. Rice, but if you just do that, like, and you go into ketosis, you're like on a natural high, dude. It's crazy. It's a cool feeling. Hold on, I'll go put this back in the fridge. And some sugar is okay. Like if I'm getting my sugar from my milk that I'm drinking and I'm putting like one spoonful of sugar in my coffee in the morning and like that's what it is, or I put a banana in my protein shake, you know what I mean, to blend it all up in the morning before I go work out. That's like, natural sugar. It's still sugar, but at least it's got some nutrition in it too. Then that's okay. But yeah, if you're eating all this extra sugar, like today I ate some cherry pie and ice cream, that's like a one-time thing. But yeah, if I'm eating ice cream every night and I'm drinking a soda or two a day, like, yeah, dude, that's not good for you, man. You should avoid that at all costs. I usually don't even keep soda in the house. I have soda now and I've been drinking some, but I only bought soda because Direct D came over here and I know he loves Dr. Pepper. So I got him a Dr. Pepper and then I got a couple other ones. Oh, really? Yeah. So you know what time it is then. Oh, hey, Jenny. Merry Christmas. I mean, sugar is bad, dude. Sugar is like one of the most addicting things. It's like a drug, bro. People get addicted to sugar. And your brain, it releases so much endorphins. Sugar, like a Hershey's Kiss, releases more endorphins than an actual kiss from a girl. So it's addicting. Like people get addicted to stuff. People get addicted to sex because it releases endorphins, right? So that's why it's so bad. Use cane sugar. Like the sugar that I use is that raw sugar. It's that brown. It's brown. It's not brown sugar, but it's like kind of like chunky, like rocks. It's called raw sugar. It's not like processed. Yo, what up, dog? I see Nathan in the house. Did Jenny tell you, dude? I'm not shadow banned, dude. I'm gonna do a little story on your library audit, dude. Hilarious one. Actually, you know what I think I was thinking I might do? I might just clip that thing that I did on the live stream and then just drop it on the DMA channel and see if I can get some views on it. Send some people your way. Himalayan salt all the way, bro. The pink stuff. I got the little grinder thing. I love that shit. It's not as salty, so you got to use a little bit extra, but it's supposed to be better for you. Yeah, sugar in the raw. That's so funny, dude. Like, see this stuff right here and this stuff right here. That reminds me of me and Sweet Tea in the old days. People used to tell us to get a room and shit like that. Yeah, for sure, dude. I appreciate you, man. Maybe someday I'll come to Australia, dude. I would love to go to Australia. I don't think they'd let me in there, though. I think they're kind of strict, dude. Just like Canada, you can't go there if you got a DUI. I wanted to go to New Zealand. My friend said that he went to New Zealand. He's a firefighter. And he said, dude, you go to New Zealand, dude, and like he's like an average looking dude. He's like, you go to New Zealand and girls just love your American accent. They'll come up to you. You don't even have to go talk to girls. They'll like come and talk to you. Oh, I love your American accent. And he was like, they're buying me drinks and shit. Dude, yeah, dude, I'd do a video with you, dude, down in Australia. That'd be tight. I would love to do that, like learn the Australian laws and shit and go do it. If you come out here, dude, I know the Colorado laws. We go do a library audit, dude. I mean, there's still tons of territory out here that are untouched. I actually want to go hit up a bunch more Colorado Springs stuff because Colorado Springs is like untouched territory out there. And they just act crazy out there in Colorado Springs, man. Colorado in general, dude. I've audited a lot of places. I've been to New Mexico, Albuquerque. I've been to Massachusetts, New Hampshire. Massachusetts and New Hampshire, it's not that bad. I mean, it's bad, but like when me and AFA would go out there, we would literally hit up like 10 places before we'd get a video. I never do that here in Colorado. It's like the first place I go or the second. That's it. It's rare that I have to go to 3 places to get a video. I might just go out tomorrow and go hit up a building and people just start freaking out on me, dude. But like in Massachusetts, we went to a whole bunch of libraries. They're all super nice. And, you know, some places they train them well, like here in Castle Rock, Colorado, which Castle Rock is Douglas County, but Castle Rock is where that case law, Castle Rock versus Gonzalez, came out of. And they clearly train them. I've never had any issues with Douglas County. I think I have any videos with Douglas County Sheriff's Office well, actually there is the one, the J-Town cop, the J-Town and Sweet Tea video where he pulled me over and he pulled his gun out on us. That was actually Douglas County, but we went to Castle Rock to do audits there. And every single time I've gone into a public building in Douglas County, they're super nice. They never say anything about the camera. It's clearly that they train them. It's all it would take. Every single public employee, part of your orientation is about First Amendment auditors. I don't even care if you say that they're just trying to get a reaction and sue you. So just be nice like that. I don't even care. Just do that then at least, you know what I mean? At the bare minimum. And then it would be fine. Like I've told people I would be happy to go out of business. I would be happy to just not have any content. If government operated the way that it's intended to operate and people just respected your rights, I would gladly trade that in for all my subscribers, all my views, and just, I guess, go get a different job, dude. It'd be perfectly fine with me. And I truly mean that. Oh, dude, you live in Colorado? 20 miles east of Colorado Springs? Right on. Have we spoke before, like on email or anything? Yeah, dude, Kangol hat, dude, the old school, man. This is like, I actually was looking for, because I was wearing my shirt that my mom got me. It's like you know, I got my pajamas. She gets me like Christmas jammies. And I was looking for my hat. I have like a Santa hat. I was going to wear it for the stream, but I couldn't find it. And so I was like, oh, I'll just wear this then. But yeah, these hats are kind of like, you know, LL Cool J, and like, you know, they're like kind of the hats, these bucket hats that are like B-boys, you know. When I started coming out B-boy and like popping and stuff, like pop, you know, in the 80s and 70s. Well, really, these were like kind of like the 80s. Cypress Hill, did they wear these? I don't remember them wearing these, but I remember LL Cool J wore it. Oh, really? Okay, so I could probably come to Australia then. It would be a while, dude. If you paid for me to come and you hosted me, I would come. If you paid for my plane ticket and you hosted me, I would go there. That would be sweet to do like an international audit, dude. That would be badass. Because I could get permission to do that for my federal probation. I'm pretty sure. I know I can go anywhere in the country, but I just have to get permission. I go anywhere in the state without permission, but country I have to get permission. And I'm pretty sure she would let me go to another country too, though. Especially if I'm doing good on my probation. Like I want to go places. I want to go to the UK. I want to go to England. You know where I would actually wanted to go would be Puerto Rico, because it's United States territory, right? So they still have, they're still governed by the United States Constitution. They have their own laws there, just like states have their laws. But that would be a cool one to go audit there, dude. And my old social media manager lives in Puerto Rico, and he was like, dude, I think he told me not to do it, like it would be bad or something. I don't remember. Somebody told me it would be bad. But I don't speak Spanish, though, is a problem. But I think probably a lot of Puerto Ricans speak English, though, right? I'd have to take someone with me that speaks fluent Spanish. But that would be a sweet one to do. Because then that's First Amendment, dude. You know what I mean? You could just use the case law. Even though it's not a state, but it's the United States territory, the case law still applies there. And I don't think anyone's ever done an audit in Puerto Rico. I'd be the first one. I think that would get a lot of views. Do like a series of it, like auditing Puerto Rico or some shit. Auditing Puerto Rico, episode 1. You know what I mean? Have like a whole bunch. Just go out there for a while and get a whole bunch of videos. Do like a series on it. That'd be dope. Trying to think who I know. Oh, dude, my homeboy, dude, Escrow. He speaks fluent Spanish, dude. I bet you he'd come with me. I should talk to him about that, dude. Actually, I'm gonna freaking hit him up tomorrow. Actually, probably tonight when I'm done with this stream. Text him, dude. Be like, dude, let's go to Puerto Rico, bro. Hell yeah, it's a good idea. Oh, Enrique did it. Who's Enrique? I don't know him. 52% speak some varying languages of English, so they could understand what I'm saying at least. I mean, it would have to be in English though, because if my homeboy was there to translate a little bit, it'd be fine. But the audit I'd have to try to get the police to speak to me in English though, because my channel is English speaking. So, oh, Auditing America did it. Okay, yeah, that's Enrique. Yeah, right. He speaks Spanish, right? He's got like that Spanish accent. So, I mean, I've seen him. I haven't seen a ton of his videos, but I know he's pretty popular. I know who he is. I've seen his videos. He used to roll with Fake Mike Real News, but they had like a falling out. They don't like each other now. I gotta change this thing. Let's see if I have. I noticed I did that last time. I left it up. Yeah, this one. There we go. See in the bottom or top right corner, I have the Empirical Miracle one up. Because if I stream on a different channel, I got to change the logo to the channel that I'm on. But let's see, what time is it? Oh shit, it's already midnight. Okay, maybe 15 more minutes, guys, and then let's get out of here, dude. I gotta go to bed. I can't be up all late tonight. Actually, you know what? Hold on a second. I'm gonna go take a Tylenol PM or ibuprofen PM. So I'll get tired soon. Okay. Ibuprofen PM taken. So when I start nodding out, then I'll be like, hey guys, gotta go. Yeah, dude. If you want to come out to Denver, bro, I'll host you. You can stay at my pad. You and Jenny come out here, vacation. I mean, I just got this little small apartment, but I do have an extra bedroom. It's got a bed in it, but it's like a single bed. But I could get the blow up mattress and set it up in there, so you guys could sleep in there. And it's just one bathroom. We could share it, but we can make it work. Or you guys could get a hotel if you want. But I'm just throwing it out there. You guys could stay at my pad. I host people out here. Like I've hosted Direct D twice, Jim Freedom. I've hosted J Town. I've hosted Nasty Nathaniel. So people stay at my pad all the time. I mean, it's 4 walls. My house is clean. But really, man, like if you came out and did like some audits in America, dude, that's where the content is, bro. Because probably most of your subscribers, dude, are from America, right? I would think. What's your analytics looking like, dude? Like who watches your videos? Because I have like mine's like 95 or no, it's like 93% America, and then it's like 4% England, it's like 5% Canada, and then like the rest is like other. So like hardly any Australians, but there are some Australians. Maybe it does say Australian. It's like a 1 or 2%. It's low. Yeah, for sure. It'll be cool. I mean, that's how we did it. Like when me and Sweet Tea went out to stay with AFA and Banana, they had a blow up mattress. We stayed in the kids' bed, or not in the kids' bed, in the kids' bedroom, but they had like the kids were with their dad or their biological father, and they just blew up the blow up mattress for us, and we slept on the floor. It was fine. They had one bathroom. We all had to share it, but it worked. It doesn't matter. Like, if it's like a good vibe, you know what I mean? Then it's fine. And you guys seem like totally chill, dude. Like, dude, Nathan, you seem like totally hilarious to hang out with, dude. Like, your laugh is funny. I could just tell you probably be fun to like chill with, dude. Like the way you were laughing at those guys, because I mean, what else could you really do? I mean, your response was totally reasonable. Like, just laugh. Like, you are just acting totally ridiculous, man. And he was like total, like a male Karen, like a Chad. Doesn't even work there, like totally ruining his own day, going out of his way for what? To try to violate some dude's rights. It's lawfully protected. And that freaking cop, man, gosh, that video just has so much stuff that happened in it. Some of it's like really hilarious. Some of it just like pissed me off. It kind of like has all of the emotions in it, right? But like, auditing, dude, it's like, it's a personality type, dude. Like, it's a rebellious personality type. And it takes a certain sense of humor. Like this guy that I watch, it's the Phone Losers of America. His name's Brad Carter. And he does prank calls. And I have a prank call channel. He was like my huge influence. But like my friend F in reality that I have the prank call channel with, he also watches audits, and he saw my channel. We were friends on Facebook through the prank call stuff. And he's like, dude, I just saw your audit, bro. Like I watch audits all the time. And I was like, oh, right on, dude. And I just started my channel. I had like hardly any subscribers. And then I got showcased by San Joaquin. And he's like, dude, I just saw you got showcased by San Joaquin. You're going to be famous now. And my channel just exploded. And, but that's the personality type, dude. Like Brad Carter, he's a fan of mine. He's a subscriber now. Like he started watching our audits and stuff. And he thinks it's hilarious. It's kind of funny, dude, right? Like it's kind of like a prank in a way. Like when you get these Karens that like freak out, it's entertaining, dude. Like the majority of the people that watch our videos, yeah, they watch it because they want education. They want to fight for your rights, but like they want to be entertained. That's why like the videos that are edited do so much better than live streams. If you just live stream, there's only so much traction you're going to get. You're only going to get so many views, only so many subscribers, and you're going to plateau. But if you edit stuff together and cut out the boring parts and like, make it entertaining for people to watch, you're going to reach more people and you're going to educate more people. That's why I put so much time into my production. But yeah, it's that personality type, dude. Like, because like Brad Carter, he likes, you guys know the cart narcs, those guys that come out and like, the one specific guy is the main guy, but he like watches people in the parking lot of the grocery store. And if you don't put your cart away, he goes and like shames you, dude. And he's got like this vest on. He's like, doo, 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 doo. Hey, you didn't put your cart away. What's going on? He's got like this stick, like the glow stick thing. And they're like, do you work here? And he's like, no, I'm with the cart narcs. And we call out people who are rude and don't put their cart away like they're supposed to. And if they don't put their cart away, he takes that bumper sticker. It's like a magnet. And he puts like, says like, I'm a jerk and I don't put my cart away. He puts it on your car and like people will they'll get out of their car and grab the thing and throw it, and he'll grab it and put it back on. It's not illegal. It's not illegal to touch someone's car. Just like, Direct D stands on the bumper, he's famous for that. It's not illegal to touch people's cars. It's only illegal to damage their car. Because if it was illegal, when you go to like the club, you guys remember that? And like you come back and there's flyers on your car and stuff, like that's not illegal to do that. You just can't damage the car. So he would just go and he'd put it back on. It was like this back and forth thing. It's hilarious, dude. It's funny. And he likes that stuff. And I like that stuff. And that's kind of like, it's like an audit in a way, cart narcs. So it's just like a certain personality type people that like our stuff. Like, it's funny because I was talking about my uncle earlier in the stream that his son's a cop, my cousin, and he don't like me no more. But it's weird because before my cousin became a police officer, he was so anti-cop, dude. He hated cops. But now all of a sudden he's like back to blue. He's got a blue line sticker on his truck, and like, because his son's a cop. So he's supporting him. And my mom, she supports me. And so it's like, no, just like you support your son, I support mine. And so anyways, big old D, you know how it goes. But anyways, he has the same personality. Like he used to hate cops. And like, it's funny because his personality is kind of like, it's a playful way. It's not like I'm like hurting someone, but like his personality is like kind of like laughing at people's misfortunes, like from a small scale, like not like crazy stuff, but like little stuff that you would do. Like I remember like he would like pick a booger out of his nose and like, here, hold this. And put it in my hand. And it's a booger. I'm like, and he start cracking up laughing because it's funny, dude. It's like I'm laughing at your misfortune. You know what I mean? Like that shit's funny to me. And like that shit is like funny to people that like audits or like prank calls and, cart narcs and stuff. Oh, a couple of the library ones, dude. The library ones, I think I'm known for the library one. It's like my main thing. And like the library ones, and I wasn't trying to be like a library auditor. I just got all this great content going to libraries, dude. So I just kept doing it. One of my very first videos is Belmar Library. So like, cool, dude. I'm just going to hit up libraries. And like, I wasn't the first person to ever do a library audit, but I made them popular though, for sure. And like AFA, he did a library audit. He told me he did. He has so many videos, but he told me he did one way before I did. But he started doing library audits, a bunch of them, after I was so successful with him. He did a ton. And people are like, oh, it's a limited public forum. They can make their own rules and blah, blah, blah. Like the trolls, they don't know what they're talking about. Like, yeah, they can make their own rules, but you can't make rules that violate the Constitution, right? Like I had this one guy tell me he's a troll. Well, it's a policy, not a law, right? So if you go to the DMV and they have a policy that you get your number and then you have to wait till your number is called, that's a policy, right? Like, will you just jump in front of the line in front of someone else? Because it's a policy, it's not a law. I'm like, dude, you're such an idiot, dude. Like, yeah, that's a policy that it's a non-public forum or a limited public forum. So they can make policies and they can enforce those policies with Colorado revised statutes. There's Colorado revised statutes that do enforce policies, but the policy can't violate your rights though. That's the thing, man. Like, yeah, I have to abide by that policy, but I don't have to abide by a no taking pictures policy. There's a difference. Same thing with the library. They can make policies in there. Like I can't go in there. It's not a traditional public forum and start banging drums and protesting and like have signs and yelling, because then I'm disrupting the use of the library for the other patrons. It's a limited public forum, but I can go in there and peacefully take pictures. You know what I mean? That, like, you can't just, A limited public forum doesn't mean that they can just ban the First Amendment altogether, even in a non-public forum. Non-public forum doesn't mean that you have no First Amendment rights at all. You know what I mean? And people just don't understand that. They think, oh, limited public forum or non-public forum, you can't. No, it doesn't mean that you can't. Oh yeah, you guys, if you want to, I mean, you can sleep on top of him. I mean, you guys can do your thing in there, you know. Just keep it down. Just keep it down in there. It's all. You see, like FA, he did a lot of city halls, like the small town city halls. And I've done a few of those too. And then you know, the one city hall that I had an issue with was Sheridan. So it's just sad, man, to see. And the whole thing with Sheridan, I go in there all the time. I just went in there recently and I did a public records request, and I go in there all the time. They're nice to me. They're not like holding animosity, and I'm not to them either. But it's funny because I brought Loaf and Minnie in there, and you know, my dogs are super cute. And this lady comes out, especially the newer people that work there, they don't know me. Oh my God, who's your dog? Oh yeah, oh my God. And they're looking at them, especially Minnie, you know, and oh my God, you do her hair so cute. And she was like, oh, I just want to take a picture of her, right? And Jenna, she's the clerk. And like they have their policy, right? They know, she knows, I know the policy. You can't take pictures of anyone without their consent. The city manager drafted that. And I could tell like Jenna got kind of uncomfortable. And I was like, oh, you can take pictures of her. It's fine. I give you permission. And like, I don't know if she gave her a look, but she was like, she didn't pull her phone out and take the picture. Like she got kind of uncomfortable. It was a weird situation. But, you know, I go there all the time and it's fine. But it's like, dude, this could have been the way it would have been the whole time. If you would have just gave me the pictures off Deborah's phone, that's it. That's what started this whole thing. Deborah got out of the speed trap ban and started recording me and taking pictures. And then I went to go get the records request and they just would ignore me. It's that dang Hayashi. It's their city attorney that they hired. Bill Hayashi, dude. He's a tyrant, dude. He's the one that started this whole thing, giving them bad advice and using every excuse he could in the book to not give me the pictures. He couldn't read my signature on the public records request. Like, dude, that's not a requirement to be able to read my signature. It's not legible. What are you talking about, dude? And so me and Regan just kept going there. And then you know, they're looking bad on YouTube. So instead of just, okay, guys, let's just give them the pictures, they draft up an administrative order. Then, of course, we challenge that. We bring 15 dudes in there recording and they arrest 5 of us. And it's a big old fiasco. It's like, dude, if you don't like us here, just be nice and just give us the records that we have a statutory right to get in the first place. You know what I mean? Like, you don't have to go through all this huge dilemma. And like Inglewood did that. Like Inglewood can't stand me and Regan, and the city manager, you know, they're doing little stuff like they change rules in their city council meetings. You can't have the cameras up at the front now like we used to. It has to be in the back of the room. And they're doing that because they can't stand us. They're trying to like figure out ways to get rid of us. Oh, because it could be a tripping hazard, or like they don't want people talking into their live stream while people are trying to talk. Like that's even an issue. Like Regan barely even says hardly anything while the meeting's going on. It's a non-issue. There's no tripping hazards. It's not like we have like, you know, Channel 7 News, like big old wires and like, you know, huge setups. It's not like that. They're just using that as an excuse. But even the city manager, Sean Lewis, he drafted up this order, also administrative order, that would ban recording like in the library. And I went to the library. There was a meeting. I have like some footage of it too. I have so much stuff, like little stuff like this. Like if I never record another video now, I have all this like little stuff that it's not really like good enough to go up. But I mean, I could put it up. Like I went into this meeting they were having about this, and I called them out on it. I was like, dude, I've already done an audit in this library here in Inglewood, and it was a pass. Everyone did a good job, and I have no reason to come back. If you pass this, if this goes through, I will be back here. and I will purposely record in your library. This is unconstitutional. And they never did it. They never went through with it, because I think Sean Lewis knows, dude, like, look, dude, if the more I push back, the more they're going to come back and challenge it. Like, that you're giving me content. Like, oh, you're saying I can't do that. Now I'm going to do it. Like, I'm an activist. I'm trying to prove that I can do this. Right. You're giving me stuff to put on my YouTube channel. So he got rid of it, or he never signed it into action. And so I think he realizes that. And I wish that Sheridan would realize that too. You know what I mean? Like, it didn't have to go this far, dude. It didn't. You could have just done what you're supposed to do. That's all we're asking. I'm not asking you to do a good job. I'm just asking you to do job, not good job. I'm asking you to do like above and beyond. I'm asking you to do what the law requires you, what your job entails. If I do a public records request for Deborah Swenson taking pictures of me, then you just give them to me, dude. That's it. And actually, I finally got those pictures, guys. That's on my list of videos to edit up. What started the entire Sheridan thing, which that video is like 2.5 years old. It was a live stream I did. I have that mixed, which never went public because I made it private. But I have that live stream. I already started editing it like several months ago. And I got the pictures that she took of me. It's going to be a whole video. The whole thing that started the entire Sheridan stuff. It's going to be fun. Sorry, guys, I keep doing this because I always get stuff in my teeth from my braces. See what time is it? 12:17. Maybe go till 12:30 because that pill ain't kicked in yet. It's going to start kicking in soon. It's the liquid kind. So like the liquid gel caps or whatever. But you guys are being pretty quiet in here. I still don't have the cricket thing. I was going to get that for this channel because I don't never get that many people in here. So when people stop typing in the chat, I'm just going to put the cricket noise on. So I thought I was going to just start putting loaf in the kitchen here. They got a big old bed. Like when I leave the house now, I don't leave them out. I put them in the kitchen and I block it off. And they can, like, I live on like a sub level. So there's a dog door there. So you can still go outside and go pee. But I like block them off so they can kind of go just out there and hang out in the kitchen. They got their bed, their dog bowls. And I put Minnie in there too, just so that like he doesn't feel like he's being like left out or like isolated or punished. So Minnie kind of has to suffer too, but I don't usually leave for very long. But I was thinking I'm going to have to start putting Loaf like to sleep in there. I've come to the conclusion it's because I always feel bad. I try to put him in there to sleep, then I feel bad and I come get him. And then he's good for a while. He's good for like a couple months and then he'll start peeing on stuff. It's like he can't help it. So my options are Loaf sleeps in the kitchen and I'm not going to make Minnie sleep in there. She can sleep in the bed with me. Or I just deal with the pee. I mean, those are literally my options. I don't know what to do. What do you guys think? Are we still looking at all his presents? How old is your son? You look pretty young, so you must have a young son. Where's Dub? She'll slip your punches. I think I've seen you in my chats way longer than I've seen Dub in my chats, actually. You've been around for a long time. He's 11. I'm not young. I'm old. No. You look like you're 21 in that picture. You're not old. I mean, if you got an 11-year-old, you're in your 20s though, for sure. You had your son young though. Yeah, but I've seen you in my chat for like years. You're in your 30s? Really? Is that like just like a really good picture of you or what? You ain't no 43, dude. Come on. You got to be kidding me, dude. What? No way, dude. Are you using a filter in that picture? There's no way you're 43. What's people say about me? I'm 42. You got good genetics then. My mom, same. She's 62. She's always looked young. I remember looking at this picture of my mom. She's holding my sister. And I was like, oh, look at this picture of my mom. She's like 19. And I was like, wait, she's holding my sister. I mean, she's at least 30. I was like, dude, my mom's 30 in that picture. She looked like 19, dude. And so she's always looked young like that. And so I just got the same gene. But like there's parts of it, it's mainly genetics for looks or like looking young. But there's other stuff to it too. I've done research. I do research on all kinds of stuff. And so if it affects me. And so like I also have oily skin. And so that actually helps against wrinkles too. Like you don't like not the big ones, but like little like crow's feet, like the fine wrinkles, you won't get those from oily skin because your skin's always moisturized. So it's like a love-hate relationship because I hate oily skin because I'm like, it's greasy, like, throughout the day, my face will be shiny and stuff. I can't stand that. But at the same time, it has kept me looking younger, so has its benefits. But I struggle with acne though still. Like I have to, it's under control, but like I have to wash my face with like certain stuff. And then I have to use this cream, retinoid cream. Otherwise I break out. Jenny loves the youngin. How old is Dub? He's like way younger than you, huh? He's like in his 30s. oh, oh, oh. Oh, that Jenny. But Dub is younger than you too, though. She'll slip your punches. But yeah, Nathan, he's in his 30s too, huh? How old are you, Jenny? You should never ask a woman how old she is, but Jenny, you're like into fitness, right? Like you work out a lot and stuff. But I mean, sometimes the girl's older. It's not typical, but like, Sweet Tea's older than me. But typically the guy is older, and the reason is because a couple reasons. Number one, men mature at a slower rate than women. It's the number one reason. And then the number two reason is that men are more established when they're older, right? So, like I've said before on this channel too, is that men start at the bottom of the hill and they have to work their way up. They have to gain their value by getting status, by obtaining status, right? Women start at the top of the hill and they work their way down as they get older, right? So, like when you're 18, brand new adult, like you're at the peak. And every year after that, you start to get less and less value. Like if you're like 30, like a man, we want to settle down with someone and have kids. And like you're 30, I mean, the time's clicking, going away. After 35, the chances of you having kids with Down syndrome and stuff like that starts getting much higher. And then, you can't have kids forever. So, and men are attracted to looks more than anything else. That's why you'll see a guy that's dating a girl that she's really beautiful, but she's a complete dummy because he's dating her solely for her looks. And so, like when you're 18 or 20 or whatever, like you can go on the yacht with these millionaires. You know what I mean? They're not inviting me as an 18-year-old to go hang out with them. You know what I mean? Like you already have your value. Men have to gain their value. So, like I have to put in work. It's not just going to be like I'm 18 and I have all this value. You know what I mean? I have to go to college or I have to, get a skill. I have to learn a trade. I have to build up status, right? I have to gain my value, and that takes time. So that's why men become distinguished. So men that are older, women that are younger with more replication value, better looks than an older woman, a man with high status, a high value man is going to be attracted to a younger woman, and a younger woman is going to be attracted to an older man because he has that status. He has that survival value. Oh, you're same as me. You're 42. Right on, dude. Oh, you're 55? 55 to stay alive. Remember the speed limits? You're not from America, but that was that thing. 55, stay alive or whatever. All the speed limits at 55. I think it was like, what was it, Reagan that did that or something in the 80s? It's like you could never go past 55. Now, like speed limits are like 75. I feel like speed limits should be at least 10 miles an hour over what they are. Like if speed limit's 45 and I'm like cruising 55, I don't feel like I'm putting people in danger. Like I don't feel like I'm driving recklessly right now. I feel like totally in control. And then like on the freeways, if it's 75, I'm going 85. I don't feel like it's like I'm endangering anyone. You know what I mean? How they make speed limits in the United States and Canada, probably a lot of places, engineers is they'll have the road up and they won't post a speed limit. There'll be no speed limits. And they measure how fast everyone goes without a speed limit. And they take the top 10% that are going the fastest and they take them out. And then they take the top 10% that are going the slowest and they take them out. And the remaining 80%, they average their speed. And whatever that speed is, that's what they make the speed limit. So the speed limit is already what everyone would just travel on the road anyways, right? So that's why I say speed limits are stupid. Like you could just take away the speed limits and everyone would go the same speed anyways. You know what I mean? Those top 10% that are going to speed, they're going to speed whether it's a law or not anyways. You know what I mean? It's not going to stop them from speeding. That's why it's stupid. You know, laws don't prevent people from doing something, right? You know, drugs are illegal, right? People still do it. So that's why I think there should just be no speed limit. It's just an extortion trap is all it is. But I mean, the roads are the safest if everyone's going roughly the same speed. But again, people just go roughly the same speed anyways. So I think it was Montana. They did this thing where they got rid of all their speed limits. And I think actually like car accidents and fatalities either stayed the same or they even went down. Because if you think about it, I think that like speed limits make the roads less safe because there's been times where I'm traveling down you guys probably had this happen. You're traveling on the freeway trying to get to work and you see a cop on the side, you know what he's doing. It's the radar gun thing. And you slam on your brakes and you're like, oh, and then, oh, I wasn't even speeding. Right. But like, you're driving normal and you slam on your brakes. What if someone's behind you and they're texting or something and they're not paying attention? Boom, they hit you. Like that's causing more of a hazard. Just having that cop there is causing a hazard. That's why, like Direct D says, he wants to make police like not be so predatory. That's one of the things he wants to do as a sheriff. If he becomes sheriff in his county that he's in Arizona, is make it so that we're not just like trying to pull people over for speeding. Like he's just going to enforce real crimes. He has the same power as a sheriff as like the governor does. He can say, no, we're just not going to write tickets for speeding tickets. We're not going to write tickets for not stopping all the way to stop sign. None of that. That way people aren't afraid of cops all the time, right? Like I said before, I was like, when a cop's behind you, you should feel protected. You should be like, yeah, right on, there's a cop behind me. Cool, I'm safe now. But that's not how people feel. Everyone's scared and panic attack and make sure your seatbelt's on and 10 and 2 and constantly looking down, making sure you're not speeding because, they're going to look for anything to pull you over. Like that's just the way that it is now. It shouldn't be that way. So what do you guys think I should do? Should I put Loaf and sleep in the kitchen every night on his bed, and I'll turn the heat up and I'll just have to, because it gets hot in the bedrooms, I'll have to open my window in there. Or should I just let him sleep in the bed with me and then just have to deal with the pee? What should I do? Because I've tried to like put him in there and like I just feel bad because he doesn't know. I don't think he knows. Dogs are about the intelligence of a 2-year-old, they say. So they're smart enough, but they're not that smart. I think he knows that he's not supposed to do it, though. He does. Because, like I said, he never does it in front of me, only when he knows I'm sleeping. But it's like an urge. He just can't help himself. You know what I mean? He like has to do it. Nobody's left a comment in like 7 minutes. Yeah, but 55, I was a 55 and 40, 42. Yeah, that's like close to me and Sweet Tea. It's close to me and Sweet Tea. You're a sucker though. Yes, that's how I am. That's why I just can't. I can't like keep him out here, man. I just feel too bad. I love Loaf more than like anything. I love Minnie too, like I do, but I love them in different ways because I don't have kids. They're like my kids, and you don't have favorites because I love them both in like different ways, like I said. But I just feel like I'd be lost without Loaf. There's something about him that I admire, I look up to. He's such a vibrational match to me. Like I talk about vibrational matches on like the Empirical Miracle channel, and I didn't pick him. He picked me. He just came right up to me, wanted to sit in my lap the whole time, 8 weeks old, and just licking me, and like he picked me. And so I was like, cool, I guess this is my dog then. And as he started getting older, like he's just like me, dude. He's defiant. He doesn't want to listen. he's ornery, right? I told Sweet Tea, I was like, dude, I feel like I'm the government. You know what I mean? Telling him, hey, come on, get back over here. And he's like, no, I'm a free American. I'm not going to listen to you. That's what I feel like he is. Like he doesn't want to listen. Like he wants to do his own thing. He's freaking fearless. Like he literally fearless. Like I'm not fearless. I feel like I have courage, but like courage isn't the lack of fear. It's just you're still feel the fear, but you do it anyways. But like he's like literally fearless, dude. Like he just mobs right up to big ass huge dogs and like tail wagging, like super confident. And like if another big ass dog gets buck with him, he like thinks he's all buck, like he's gonna do something. It's crazy, man. I'm like, dude, I gotta get like scared for him. I'm like, dude, you're gonna get like hurt. I get scared for him. But he's like I look up to him. He's like an inspiration for me. I'm like, dude, if Loaf can do this, I can do it. You know what I mean? Like if Loaf can be as courageous as he is, I can go do 15 days in jail. You know what I mean? That's how I look at it. That's why he's so important to me. Because he's just like me. Law of attraction, like we're a vibrational match, and I attracted him. And then like Minnie, she's like my feminine side, you know? He said everyone has masculine and feminine energy. And men display more masculine energy, but men still have feminine energy too. And it's like she's like the feminine side of me. So she's just like the most innocent soul of ever. She's like the best dog. She never does anything wrong. Perfect dog, dude. Passive, sweet, loving, innocent. It's like she was put in this life. Like I was soul contract. I was supposed to get her. Like even the breeder wanted me to have pick of the litter, and she wanted me to have this dog. Like when I said that I didn't know if I was going to want her, she got all like upset. Like she wanted me to have her, and I ended up getting her. But I was supposed to have her because I was supposed to give her the life that she's supposed to have in this life, which is a rest life. She's having a resting life. Sometimes you have a resting life where like you're sheltered and you're just going to going through a resting life. Nothing really bad's going to happen to you. You're going to experience duality, but not that much. You know what I mean? You're going to be mostly on the scale of good and less on the bad. You know what I mean? Like you'll have a little bit of balance here and there. Something bad will happen. You know, it might even go like this, but most of the time the scale is going to stay this way. Good. That's how her life's been. And so that's what I've kind of figured that's like my job. It's like one of my destinies in this life is to just make sure that she lives the most protected life, resting life that she can live. I don't know where she is in her journey, an evolution as a soul, but that's what she decided to be. That's what everyone decided for her to have. You guys are awfully quiet in here. You guys just like listening to me talk or what? Oh, look, here's my list. You want to see my list of videos to edit? So we got public comment compilation. That's going to be a good one. I'm going to do all my public comments, like all 5 minutes ones, like all together. I think that one's going to do good. I got Regan Denver. It's a showcase. I got the interview with Carolina Fort Worth. That's the one I want to work on soon. I got a showcase for this other guy, which I don't think I'm going to end up doing. The Sheridan Deborah one, taking pictures of me. Obstruction for Colorado Springs, which the video's pretty much already done, ready to go. I just have to wait till after my last case to do that. I got Regan Dashcam. I actually did that one already. That one's up on the 2.0 channel. Let's mark that one off. Cool. So I got that one done. Pranks. I did all my pranks. Colorado Springs cops at gas station with police to police. Yeah, I got to go through that old footage. TSA agent yelling at me. Oh, Courtney and Nancy interview. I interviewed the barber. Remember the crazy barber Riley? I interviewed his ex-girlfriend and his ex-girlfriend's mom, dude, and found out all this crazy stuff about that guy. He's not autistic. He's a sociopath. Body worn camera of these two Sheridan officers, direct D compilation, Sweet Tea compilation. I already did one of the Sweet Tea compilations. Lecture compilation. I did one of those already. And Inglewood bonus footage. That's a lot of videos. It's still to edit. Oh, look, here she is. Her only job is to be spoiled by you. Yeah. I'm just giving her the best life that she can have. How was your Christmas? I haven't talked to you yet. Did you have a good time with your daughter? What's up, Jethro? Yeah, I know. I know Sweet Tea lurks a lot in here. I didn't know that you knew about this channel, but I know she lurks in the DMA channel because somebody gifted, I think King Chow gifted like 10 memberships and then she got one. And so I was like, oh, you're lurking in my chat. You want to see something, Sweet Tea? You see this? This right here? You know what that is? It's a picture. It's cool, huh? Oh, she's still there? She's spending the night? Are you in the garage doing your arts and crafts? Oh, I was going to say, I don't know if you saw in one of my other live streams. I'm going to have to, can you bling this thing for me? I got this at Walmart. It's going to go up here, but then like, see, it's all white back here. It just blends in. I need like some bling on it. Yeah, for a couple days. That's cool. Because you don't really get to see her that much. She's got her room back. Oh, you can totally bling that? Right on. I know you could bling it. Sweet Tea is maybe going to be editing my videos for me. She has she's the great editor, and like she took all her videos down on her channel, but and she didn't have really any good edited videos on there, but it was when she first started. But I've seen her editing; it's really good. She did this compilation for me. It was like a compilation of DMA, and it was so good. I was like so impressed by it. But she had this editing software that was like just not very good, and she kept losing all of her stuff. And she actually edited up that video. It was when we were at the public building with the state patrol in there, and she edited it up so good, and then she lost it all, and then she did it again, lost it all again. She was like, "Oh, forget it." And I waited because she was going to drop that one first, because I always dropped my videos first, and so she was going to drop that one first, and I was going to go after her. And I waited like, I don't know, 3-4 months, and then I had to put mine up. But yeah, if she can edit my videos for me, that would be cool, because then I can get more videos out. If I just don't have to like do it and like just work on recording videos, so I can get like 2 or 3 out a week instead of like, 2 a month that I'm doing now. Where is that? Oh, I remember. I didn't have it on here. I had to like download it, or I found it. It was like somewhere. It was on one of my other hard drives. I was looking for something in here to play. I'll have to do it for next time, because it'll take too long to find it. I have no clue what I even did with that thing. So I remember I couldn't find it before. I wonder if it's in downloads. I have so many downloads though. I think it was in November. So it should be right here if I had it. Yeah, I know. I can only imagine losing like stuff like that. I've had that happen before. It is terrible. No, it's okay. You're the only one that wants to talk. I'm going to end this anyway. So everyone have a good night. Thanks for coming in. Merry Christmas. Good night.